Part 3 of what it's like to be a medium. Go back and watch part 1 and 2 to get context on everything that I've already spoken about. But anyway, mediumship, the real thing that I absolutely love is the spirit evidence. Now, as I said in part 1, people are not defined by their names. So names are actually not the most important thing that we have here as mediums. The real thing is about the memories of the person, the essence of them, their stories, their memories, the unique things that they've done. You know, someone might have been in the Navy for 20 years of their life and left and then became an artist and you know, became very famous for their art. And so that's a real kind of big defining things in people's life. And within the artistry that that person may have done, they may have really got into doing sculpting and you know, working with clay in a really unique way. So those are the unique evidential pieces of information that us as the medium should never know. Now, how should we be doing our work? 1, we should not be asking you questions. The medium and psychic should never ask you, the client or the customer, the person, a question. We shouldn't ask questions. We should provide you information, and what you should do is validate that. So for example, I have your father here and your father tells me he was in the Navy for 25 years. Correct. Yes. And your father also then says that when he left the Navy, he then became an artist, but he worked with clay specifically, not paints and stuff like that. Correct. That's how it should be. And the client, you should say one of 3 things. Yes, no, I don't know. That's all you should say. So you go to people and they get you to talk and they ask you lots of questions. They're not doing it right. Yes is correct, no is incorrect, and I don't know is something that you would not know the answer to. So for example, if I said your grandmother worked in the mill or, you know, in a casino and you didn't know if she did or she didn't in her life, because at the end of the day, if this is your grandmother, she's had a life before you were born. So in her early part of her life to 18 to 20, she might have worked in the casino, but you only remember your gran from when you were 10, and by that point she's 52. So you have to remember, people have lives before you remember, or what you may know about them. So spirit evidence then, if I say something that's wrong, there's one thing that's happened if I say something that's wrong and you say no, I've just misunderstood the spirit world. Remember, we're communicating through thought. They're dropping their thoughts and memories into the medium's mind. They're then projecting that onto that clairvoyant vision, so that information comes in, that projects, and then we have emotions that back it up, because you cannot have a feeling without a thought being attached to it. And you can't think about something without having an emotional reaction to it. So remember that. Remember how important that is, about these thoughts, feelings and visions and information that come to the medium all at the one time, and multiple people in the spirit world all at the one time also. Those are all the information that we can get. And of course it happens very, very quick. They come in, they boom, 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 and then they disconnect. So remember, the medium's job is all about finding as much information as they can to get the truth to you, to